Hey, welcome back. We just came in from picking our poke, and first of all, we washed it. That one, I didn't get too good. Okay, so now we're gonna prep it. So, first I'm gonna cut the leaves off. Now, I have a couple of friends that were raised eating these, and they said always leave the little stemmy parts off. However, we are going to save the main stalk, mainly because we're going to try something. A friend of mine, Facebook friend of mine, who grew up on these, said that what they do with the stalk is they go ahead and boil them and get them soft, and then they fry them up like okra. So I'm going to cut these into decent lengths, and we're going to try that. So I'm going to put those at one end, and we're going to cut these up a little bit and put in the dish. So this will, now you have to cook poke. You cannot eat it raw. It will make you very sick and can even kill you. So never eat any of it raw. And it's very high in vitamin A, pretty good vitamin C, and it's very good for the lymphatic system. It can help clean out your lymphatic system, which is a real big bonus. And so now this will take time because you have to boil them several times, which we'll show how to do that in the next video. But right now, basically we're just prepping it and getting it ready for the boiling stage. So, as you can see, that's what we'll do. And so we'll be back in a little bit when I get some more of these done. Okay, so our water is starting to get the little boily bubbles in. So we're going to put the leaves in here. Now I was doing some more reading, and it says extremely high in vitamin A. Not just high, extremely high. Has significant amounts of vitamin C, iron, and calcium. And it also has a unique antiviral protein. So this would be actually probably a very good thing to be making right now. It's one of the first plants that come up in the spring, which is why they used it. So now we need to sit there, and once it comes back to a boil, we leave it in there for 2 minutes, and then we'll drain it and add more boiling water. Because what you have to do is you have to boil it 2 or 3 times to make it edible. Let's put it that way. To make it edible for people. And it also, where does it say it down here? I thought that was kind of interesting. It's can also help with poison ivy. Wow, can you imagine? Now, if you've been on our channel, you've seen our other videos on making the jelly with the berries. There again, has to be cooked. The seeds have to be taken out because they're very toxic. You can dye with the juice from the berries. The Native Americans and the early settlers did that a lot. And then we also saw that they used it for ink sometimes. So, anyway, Okay, we're back. And by the way, when I said you can dye with it, I didn't mean like dead dye. I meant dyeing clothes. Wool, oh, that kind of stuff. So as you can see, this is boiling. It's been boiling for a couple of minutes now. So what we're going to do is dump this in here and get rid of that water. And then, this isn't quite boiling yet, but we're going to dip some hot water in here. They smell good. They smell like cooking Swiss chard or spinach or something. Let them drain a little bit. I'm going to set that like that, and we're going to let this heat up a little tiny bit more, and I'm going to go, I don't know, can you guys see that? See that green water in there? Because that's got the stuff that we need to get rid of out of the plant. So I'm going to go dump that, and then I'll be right back, and we'll do the next cooking. Okay, so now we're going to put these down in here and start the next boil on them. Now it says, you know, it all depends upon how many of these health properties you want as to how many times you cook it. You need to cook it at least 2 or 3. But if you want, and that should be good. I mean, if you cook more than that, then you're going to lose a lot of those vitamins and the other healthy things. So anyway, well, it should come back to a boil here in a second, and then we'll have to sit there for another couple of minutes and boil it for 2 minutes, and then drain it again. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay, so this is our second boiling, and it's been boiling for a couple of minutes. So here again, we're going to dump them out and get them out of the pot. Put some new water in. And so it is a little time consuming, that's for sure. But look at the difference in the water. It's not near as green. So we're getting somewhere. Okay, so that's about ready to boil. Again, here in a second. I guess I'll go ahead and put these in here. Now I'm just making a little tiny batch because I've never eaten these before. So I have no idea what they taste like. I know a lot, I have several friends down here that they just love them. So, okay, so now we'll wait for the third boil and then we'll be back. I'm going to go dump this water. Alrighty, so this is our third cooking of the greens. I'm going to play it safe since I've never done these before, and I'm going to do one more. I'd rather have them overdone than underdone and not have to worry about getting sick, because if you don't do this properly, it can make you sick. So it's better safe than sorry. And I think what also helps is if you can see in the pot, each time the water is getting clearer and clearer. And so, oh, yep, it's already. So let me put these little guys back in here and let them boil up on their last bit. And while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and dump this water out. But yeah, it's getting clearer each time, so I think that's another indicator that you're getting rid of all the bad stuff. Okay, so here's our last cooking of our poke greens. And oh yeah, the water's almost totally white clear now, so that should be pretty good. We did, what was that, 4? So now I'm going to put them in my frying pan over here, and I'll be back in a second because I'm going to clean up this mess and then we'll show you how to finish. Okay, so now different people do different things when they fry up their poke greens, and a lot of them put bacon or ham in them. I'm going to do some garlic here and a little bit of olive oil. I'll turn my pan back on. And we'll saute these a little bit. There's not much in there, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've been sauteing this with some garlic, and the garlic is getting nice and brown, and so I'm going to put it on my little plate here. And the big moment has come. Let's taste it and see what it tastes like. It's actually quite good. It's like it's just like eating sauteed spinach. That's all it tastes like. It doesn't taste like anything weird or gross or anything. I'm going to eat one of these little stems that I did. They're very good too. Yeah. It's definitely edible, people. It tastes good. I mean, yes, it's a lot of work, but with all the vitamins and everything in it and the antiviral properties, I'm going to give some to my husband here to try. I think it's a worthwhile thing to do. And then you can change the flavor up with, you know, if you want to. I never cook with salt, but I mean, if you wanted to salt it, you could, or...
Yeah, a little bit of salt might be
you know, or if you did want to cook it with some meat in it or something to give it some different flavor. It's actually quite good. I would definitely make this again. But remember, you have to use the plants when they're very young. You don't want it to get higher than your knee when you're doing the thingy. And I just got confirmation from my friend that yes, this is the size of the stems that you can eat. Now what she does is she actually uses these stems like this, and she just rolls them in egg and cornmeal and fries them like okra. Well, I'm not a huge fan of okra. Or cornmeal either, for that matter. But they're actually quite good this way. So, we hope that is interesting to you, and we encourage you to try it. But make sure that you do it through the different boiling baths at least 3 times, preferably 4. Alright? Thanks for watching, and see you next time.